Hey guys, it's Yegues
And John Heilig.
and John. Today we're looking at SpellStorm from Bulletproof Arcades. It's not really a well-known site, I would say.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I showed you the link to this, and then they have a couple games on it, and this is one of them, and it is pretty fun. So it's basically just there have been a bunch of like kind of RPG flash games like this, and I would still consider it a flash game, but it looks, it doesn't feel like you're playing a flash game.
Yeah, it has a certain aesthetically different feel to it. I was kind of surprised when I first started playing how it looked.
Yeah,
it's a different look going for it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, you're just that one magic bro, and then like at the beginning you choose levels and stages, and then within those stages, I think, there are about like 4.
Yeah, there's like 6 floors.
Yeah, so you just go through there, and then throughout you find like secret treasure boxes, and you just have to clear the floor, unlocks the door to the next room, and then you just keep killing. And so your primary spell is just like magic.
Kind of ice, I think, is the
so yeah, and
elemental.
It's pretty easy. You just have to hold down left click. It's not too advanced, but it is still pretty good because mobs start adding up pretty quickly, especially when you have like all the spawners in the room.
And then some of the mobs, when they die, turn into spawners.
Yeah, so it does get pretty advanced. I think you beat the game, didn't you? Right. So I only got like to about stage 2 or 3, and then I decided to stop. But it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it does. The enemies get more difficult, and the levels start having traps added. But,
I got to the first trap one, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I died.
Started shooting you.
So
but there is a comprehensive like leveling system where you get experience from killing, and then once there seems to be leveling in terms of attributes also, like when you've used a certain amount of magic, or if you get high enough you unlock a familiar, and if he does enough damage you can start upgrading them.
So yeah, it's not just like generic ice spells the whole time.
Yeah, they get knocked back and freezing. And
so I also noticed while I was playing, you get like drops from the chest. Mostly it's money, but sometimes you get scrolls. That's just like a huge spell.
Overall effect. Yeah.
Do you ever get spells like that?
No, they're always drops.
Alright, so it's pretty much just upgrading your character plus your minion.
Well, the thing that you do get is you get the ability to transform into this giant friggin' ogre demon.
Zauce. I saw the little tip they had about that.
Basically, you just become huge. You can still take damage, but stuff is like scared of you, so it runs away. And your attack goes from shooting magic to like a sonic shock wave thing.
It's a lot more intense than ice bolts.
So yeah, like each different little category has different things that you don't have to upgrade them in succession, but they'll be unlocked for your availability in succession.
So I also noticed with the upgrades that it was pretty unique. I kind of expected just a more linear kind of thing, like you have this tier for magic, this tier for your minion, but it's more of just like you have everything.
And you can choose what you like to use kind of thing.
So yeah, and I also noticed that, at least at the beginning, money wasn't much of an issue.
Yeah.
Because like I just kind of bought all of it. Was that maybe just because I found all the treasures?
Yeah, and then once towards because at the beginning you only have so many options, and then at the end when you have all the different things you can choose to upgrade between.
So it's not just like I could buy everything.
No, usually no. Once when I beat it, I didn't have everything.
Okay.
And the levels seem like they're easy to just kind of like farm for money.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Like, I watched you playing it first before I did my whole playthrough.
But then the game has a way to avoid that if you stay on a level too long, whether or not you've killed everything or not, if you're just on the floor for too long, a countdown will show up. And then basically this invincible, unkillable demon spirit will chase you around and
I could kill him.
Okay. You can't... Alright, yeah. Try it. You know how it goes.
But yeah, I remember at one point I had to pause the recording, but I forgot to pause the game. And then I came back, and I had like 2 seconds left on the countdown. I'm just like, I'll just beat the level real quick. And, it does chase you, so I assume you can kite it if you're looking for the treasure.
Yeah, it's not that fast, but it's not like it'll catch up to you. You can't just kind of wait.
Yeah. So, and then also, with each level, there are, the secret chests, whatever, all the, you get the money from that, you get the barrels, and then there are also, like, floor traps and whatnot. Do those damage? Because I also noticed that some of the mobs, there's, like, some guy with a, like, bomb on its back, basically. So, I know there is area of effect damage, because there are, like, dynamite container things that blow up around it. Do you know, like, do those traps affect
the explosions that you create will hurt them, but like fire shooting traps and like arrow shooting ones won't. They'll just go right through. Right. But like the explosive guys, you can do some damage to everybody.
Awesome. And then so I also noticed, like, I think I died once, mostly because when the like invincible bro came at us. Yeah. But like, do you really lose anything?
There are lives. I believe you have a certain amount of lives to restart each floor, and if you lose your lives, you have to restart the stage.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's not really a concern. The last boss was pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, once you get your little familiar dude, and you can turn into the giant friggin' thing.
So you basically don't really...
I mean, you die, but yeah, should you lose the stage, you just kind of lose whatever you had gotten, I think.
Yeah.
Well, so there's not really any penalty for that.
Well, yeah, so this game is on BulletProofArcade.com. I will post a link to it in the description.
Yeah, all their games seem to have this sort of longer, more substantial...
Yeah, they're not just like generic Flash games, which is good about this, because it is still, like... kind of the whole play aspect of a Flash game, but it's got
a little bit more meat,
depth, which is always good. Always like those Paladogs.
Frogs.
Gotta love golden frogs.